When did you get back with Granite Ridge, or like how long you been with them? Because you've been there a while, right?
Yeah. So we're back. Wonder what we're going to do. My brother-in-law, Tony, came to me. And by the way, Tony was my partner in some of my development stuff. I brought him on, back in probably about 90, 91, and we did stuff together. And then I'm back now, and he's getting ready to pull away from Delagrange Homes, an old reputable builder. The owner was retiring, and so he was going to pull away and do his own thing. And it was just perfect time. He said, hey, would you consider helping me start this thing? Mm-hmm. I said, sounds like a good deal to me. And I did say, hey, I won't be an owner because I may go back to the mission field, but I'll come in as vice president. And
what year was that?
That was that was 2001.
Wow. Okay, so you've been a part of that since 2001 as VP since then?
Yes.
Since the beginning?
Since the beginning.
I did not know that.
Yeah, since the beginning. Just a handful. It was about 5 or 6. He had Delagrange Homes. He pulled off and brought 3 or 4 or 5 people with him, and then me and maybe 1 or 2 other people. We started Granite Ridge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did Silas and them work for you guys at one point too?
They did. All 4 of those partners, all 4 of those MBM guys got their teeth, at Granite Ridge.
And so
sales.
What was that like then, like when they branched off? Was that like, oh, dang, like now that kind of sucks that you took all, because something that we have a lot of times is like people like, don't train them and teach them everything you know, because then they're just going to go take it and they're going to be a competitor. Did you feel that, or were you more like, hey, I'm glad to see you guys go do your own thing? Or like, what was the kind of discussions there?
I would say for Tony, my brother-in-law, who's our owner, and myself, it was not a problem at all. We took pride in the fact that we had trained them, and now they're jumping out of the nest and they're going to do their own thing. God bless them, which he has, and they do a great job. Yeah. And they learned a lot of the tricks from Granite Ridge. Just didn't learn them quite as well. No, they do a good job.
Yeah, their designs are so different, so unique, and I'm like, man, they do some cool stuff.
I'm learning things from them now.
Yeah?
Flipped around. Yeah, really, seriously. They do a lot of things very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so crazy because we see them, and then I kind of look up to them a lot of ways too, because they started off as flippers.
They did.
And they were buying at sheriff's sale, flipping, and all that stuff. And like we saw them a couple times when we were at sheriff's sale.
Silas was kind of funny too. He was like, dude, you guys are doing it, but like it got a lot harder. Like by the time you guys got in, it got pretty stupid.
I remember days I got them involved in sheriff's sales. I went to sheriff's sales, there wasn't nobody else there.
Wow.
Some of the guys that are at every one, they weren't around yet.
Yep.
And it was pretty amazing. And it was like real. I mean,
I'll take it for $1.
Maybe 1 of 2 bidders at the most.
When we all went in, it was me, Logan Kimmel, which used to work for you guys, and then Dakota. That's what the LTD stands for, Logan, Tony, and Dakota.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
And so we all went to the sheriff's sale, and I was grouchy as usual. And we were looking around at some of the guys, and they just seemed to like kind of look at you like, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah,
who are these new guys? And then they'd ask you like questions that make you uncomfortable, like, what are you guys bidding on today? How much money did you bring? Like that sort of thing.
I know it. I didn't like those questions either.
And it was just like, to me, I was like, I got there and I was just like, yeah, this ain't it. Like I just knew like right away. I was like, this ain't it. We need to figure out a different marketing strategy than sheriff sales, because I think we could lose our butts on this.
You can't lie. And what happened in those days is the prices in some cases were going up so fast that they paid too much at the sheriff sale, but by the time they got it, they got it. The market's kind of adjusted and they can make a few bucks.
Yeah, I thought the ARV was $135, but it was $155.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one in Arlington like that. I remember the lady that bought it. We were going to buy it for $70. It went up to $85 or $87. She thought it was worth $135. She put a little bit of money into some carpet and some stuff, listed it, got $155.
I know it. I remember those days.
Yeah.
As the song goes, those days are gone.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. I think so too. So were you a flipper, and then like if you were, tell us the difference then between like flipping and then building, and which one? I mean, it seems like you like building more, and obviously MBN's not doing flipping anymore. So what are like, why would you build instead of flip? And then like just walk us through the difference in like the process.
Yeah, well, for Tony and I, we're builders. That's our main work.
Yeah.
But we also built and acquired at one point about 75, 80 homes that we were renting.
Okay.
And it was
So you built them brand new and rented them.
We built most of them brand new. We had a combination of mostly new, and a few homes that we bought and remodeled.
Okay.
So we got this block of business, and we went through a period where we were barely breaking even on the rent. We were having equities, building equity. But so we went out. Tony and I went out. I taught him those ropes, and we actually bought a few sheriff sales to flip in order to generate some revenues to help us with our rentals, which is what we did. So we did it at Granite Ridge for a few years. But before that, my dad taught me about sheriff sales. I did not know anything about them.
Okay.
So there's the background. And so I started doing them. I was doing them even outside of Granite Ridge a little bit, just as a part-time thing since the 90s.
So you were flipping properties even while you owned Granite Ridge?
Yes, just a few. And actually, I say me, my wife was on my wife.
Okay.
In fact, most of the time she'd go to the sale and buy the homes, and we'd consult, but she was doing it.
So what's the average? I don't know if you feel comfortable sharing this or you're okay with it, but like, what's the average profit then on a new construction? And then why would you not just do a couple more new constructions as opposed to flipping a property? It's
just variety. And we're not interested. We don't even think about sheriff sales anymore. It's just variety, doing something a little bit different. One of Tony's family members kind of got involved in it, was interested in it. And the profit margins are probably comparable.
They are about the same?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So get your money back faster on a flip.
You could, potentially, yeah, especially when we went to 10 months to build a house, back a few years ago. Now we're on about a 4 or 5 month schedule, but